Good day everyone. Welcome to my channel Quick Tech Master Mariner. Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon to get notification of all other videos.
Have you ever seen one of those enormous ships out on the water and just thought, how in the world does that even work? Well, today we're stepping onto the bridge to really understand the command structure of the deck department. We're going to find out who's in charge and how this massive floating city stays on course. Let's get into it. I mean, really, stop and think about it. You see a colossal container ship just gliding across the ocean. Who's actually running the show? It's not just a boat, it's a floating city, right? It's got millions of dollars in cargo, a crew working 24/7. It can't be chaos. There has to be a system. So how is it all organized? And this is basically our cheat sheet. This chart lays out the entire hierarchy, showing how every single person has a very specific and very vital role to play. We're going to walk through this whole thing together, starting right at the very top of the command chain and working our way down. Okay, so our first stop is the command deck. This is where the big decisions are made and where the ultimate responsibility for the entire vessel lies. Let's meet the two key figures who are in charge of everything. Right at the very top, you've got the captain. And let me tell you, the buck absolutely stops here. The captain has the final say on every single decision. The safety of the crew, the security of the cargo, the navigation of the ship, it all rests on their shoulders. In a very real sense, they are the law on the high seas. Just below the captain is the chief officer, sometimes called the first mate. Now, this role is the crucial link between the captain's big picture commands and what the crew is actually doing day to day. You can think of the chief officer as the hands-on general manager of the deck, overseeing all the operations and making sure the captain's orders get carried out perfectly. Okay, moving down from the top two, we get into the officer ranks. This is the team that's responsible for all the complex, technical, and navigational stuff that happens on a voyage. And its career path with a very, very clear ladder to climb. So you don't just walk onto the bridge. You usually start out as a deck cadet. That's basically a trainee, learning the ropes and just trying to absorb everything you can. From there, you can climb the ladder to third officer, where you might be in charge of safety equipment. Then you move up to second officer, who is often the ship's main navigator, the one plotting the course. So when you boil it all down, the officers are the ship's thinkers and planners. They're the ones on the bridge keeping watch, managing the incredibly complex logistics of loading and unloading cargo, and making sure all the safety rules are followed to the letter. They are the tactical management team for the entire deck departments. All right, we've talked about the planners. Now let's get to the doers. This is the skilled crew that really forms the backbone of the ship's physical operations. On board, they're known as the ratings. And this right here shows you the split perfectly. While the officers are focused on things like navigation and planning, kind of the brain of the operation, the ratings are the ones executing all the hands-on work. We're talking deck maintenance, operating equipment, handling mooring lines. It's a partnership, and one can't function without the other. And even within the ratings, there's a pecking order. Leading the charge is the bosun, who's basically the foreman. They supervise the other seamen and report back to the chief officer. Then you have skilled roles, like the pump man on tankers, the very experienced able seaman, and the entry-level ordinary seaman, who handles all sorts of general duties. You know, a ship isn't just about navigation and maintenance. A crew can't get very far if they're not well fed and taken care of. And that's where the real unsung heroes of any voyage come in. The catering staff. This department is absolutely vital for morale, for health, for everything. You've got the chief cook running the kitchen, or galley, the second cook helping out, and the steward, who keeps all the living quarters in order. They might operate a little bit separately from the deck work, but trust me, their function is so important to the whole crew's well-being. So we've looked at the command deck, the officers, the ratings, and the catering staff. Now let's put all those pieces of the puzzle together and see how it all connects to form one single, efficient seafaring team. And when you see the whole chart laid out like this again, it all just clicks, doesn't it? You can see that clear flow of command from the captain down through the chief officer, who then directs the officers and the bosun. Every single link in this chain is absolutely critical. It's this precise structure that allows such a complex, high-stakes operation to run like clockwork, 24/7, right in the middle of the ocean. And that's our breakdown. It's a pretty fascinating and incredibly effective system. It really makes you think, though, if you were on this floating city, which role would you want? Would you want to be the ultimate decision maker like the captain, the hands-on manager like the chief officer, or a vital part of the skilled crew that makes it all happen? Definitely something to think about.